good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, or indeed good morning or good evening, whatever time you are watching this. It's hot and anxiety levels peak in the heat, funnily enough. So if you want an exercise that will help you manage your anxiety when the temperatures start rising, then you've come to the right place. My name is Cai Graham. I am a parenting specialist and I support parents mainly with teenagers so that together we can build a mentally healthier and happier generation of young people. And that is why anxiety and beating anxiety, or should I say managing anxiety, is so important. I do this through my book, through my free app, both called the Teen Toolbox, through my online courses and through my coaching programs. So if you want to get in touch, please do so. And without further ado, I don't even know what the temperature is, but I'm in St James's Park in London and it must be in its 30s, which is lovely, unless you're prone to anxiety. And then it gets quite stressful, and you wouldn't really think of it if it's not something that you live with. The rise in temperature, lots of people sort of say, oh yeah, isn't it great, helps you get out and you see more of your friends and you go out and chill and have a lovely time. But anxiety can be exacerbated by the heat. Why? The heat doesn't cause anxiety, I hasten to add. It doesn't cause it. But what the heat does is it exacerbates the symptoms. Let me take a slurp to remain hydrated. Anxiety, the symptoms of anxiety include shortness of breath, palpitations, sweaty, shakes, all that sort of stuff. And the heat causes that as well if you become dehydrated. Hence, keep a bottle of water close to you, because it's not funny when you get dehydrated, your head becomes a hot mess. So seriously, I kid you not, drink a lot. Drink as much as you can. But just a word to the wise, I was at a wedding. I don't drink alcohol. And I was at a wedding a couple of years ago, and it was one of these really long affairs. And I started complaining of her. I said to this guy, God, this is so blimmin' unfair. It must have been, the wedding started at about 12 in the afternoon and it went on till about, it was, 4 in the morning. But it was about, it was actually the following day. And I had been drinking a lot because the wedding happened to be in Portugal. So I was drinking a lot and sort of rehydrating. And I said, I have the mother of all hangovers. And he said to me, he said, you're overhydrated. I said, it was so stupid. He said, how many bottles of water have you drunk? And I had drunk literally about 4-litre bottles the previous day, and I was on my second that day. And he went, right, I'm going to do something. I want to test something out. He filled up a shot glass, or sort of slightly bigger than the shot glass, a short tumbler full of water, and he put 2 teaspoons of salt in. And he said, taste that. And I went, no. And everyone else who had been drinking was tasting it, going, oh, God, that tastes awful. And the problem was I couldn't taste the salt because I was overhydrated. So when I'm saying you need to avoid dehydration, watch out for overhydration. You shouldn't really be flooding your system too much. I think basically he did 4.5 teaspoons of salt in just a short glass. And that's how overhydrated I was. So, there's flip side to everything, isn't there? Anyway, the point is, with anxiety and with the heat, please do me a favour and drink. Make sure you've got a bottle of water by your side, or, sort of caffeine-free, whatever, or, but stuff to keep you hydrated, because that will help you with the symptoms. It will help you with the palpitations and the overheating and the dehydration and whatever. Because anxiety in this heat is crap. Also, what this heat does is it interrupts our sleep patterns. We don't sleep very well. And if any of you know, and go and look on my YouTube channel if you want to sort of see the importance of sleep. If our circadian rhythms are interrupted, and if we have too little sleep, that sends our mind into all sorts of problems. So I mean, I slept really badly last night. Worst thing was I went to bed at midnight and woke up at 5, so I'm ready to, I'll be crashing at about sort of 5 tonight. But hey, but the point is when you're in this weather, when you're sort of struggling from insomnia and dehydration and anxiety, it's a formula, and it's a bit of a mess. It's hard work. So I want to give you an exercise that will help you with this to change your head from a hot mess to sort of maybe a cool mess. I can't sort of ensure that you have serenity for the rest of the day, but I can help you sort of help get your shit together, really, which is quite important. So it's a grounding exercise, and many of you, if you're, forgive me, and this sounds sort of very flippant, but if you're woo-woo, you guys will know what grounding is. But the problem is I'm quite woo-woo and I know what grounding is, but I forget to do it. And what grounding is it sort of brings you down to earth a bit, and it helps you ground. It helps alleviate that hot mess in your head. Okay, so what you do, and I've got a handout, caigraham.com/grounding. I put it in the it's in the description already, so go and have a look if this is what helps you. But I am sitting in St James's Park. I have paid the princely sum of £1.80 for a deck chair. How wonderful it is. And look, I'm having a lovely time here, but I am doing grounding as we speak, and I shall concentrate on doing it a bit more when I sort of say goodbye to you lot. What is grounding, Kai? Well, I'll tell you what it is. It is, in layman's terms, it's getting at one with Mother Nature, and it's tapping into the Earth's reserves and the Mother Earth's resources. We are, like it or not, we are all one bundle of energy. And if you put our body under a microscope, you'd see that we weren't actually sort of solid form. We were all a load of blimmin' atoms and bouncing around. So we are energy. Everything is energy. And in us runs energy channels. Through us runs energy channels. That's why acupuncture works. That's why tapping works. Because if you don't know what tapping is, it's called EFT as well, emotional freedom technique, and it's actually acupuncture without the needles. Blimmin' brilliant, if you ask me. But we have running through us energy channels, and there's a shed load, nearly said another naughty word, there's a shitload of them in our feet. Hence reflexology works. So I mean, if you think about it, all this sort of stuff makes sense. So hang on a minute, let me show you. I need to flip the camera to make this work. There we are. My little pegs are sitting just nicely on the ground. What you need to do is, if you remember Pretty Woman, where, what's her name, Julia Roberts got Richard Gere to take his shoes off in the middle of Central Park, I think it was Central Park, wasn't it, and go walking in the grass. That's what we're doing. And actually I'm going to get up for this. Oh, there you are. And just stand with your feet. Let me just flip the camera. There you are. Look, just like this. Stand with your feet hip width apart. There you are. I'll just show you around St James's. There we are. I think Buckingham Palace is over there. Horse Guards is over there. The Pelicans are over there. I'm under a big tree and I'm having a lovely time. But I want you to stand with your feet on the ground, bare feet on the ground, given half a chance. And just breathe. And concentrate on your breathing. And what I want you to do is, because the earth is energy, as is our body, okay? And I want you to I do this a lot, I discuss this a lot. I want you to just scan through your body and find where there's tightness, where there's, where you can feel unrest, where you can feel uncertainty, where you can feel sort of constricting, where you can feel, let's liken it to light, because, where you can feel it dark and where you can feel it sort of overwhelming. Scan through your body. It might be in your tummy, it might be in your head, it might be in your chest, wherever it is. And with your feet in the ground, especially on the grass, or if you can't get outside, just take your shoes off. It's no biggie, but just solidly plant your feet, both feet on the ground. If you're sitting down or if you're lying down, it's if you're lying down it's harder, but it's all a visualization exercise, so this is okay. Just make sure your legs and your arms aren't crossed, because energy likes to sort of flow through straight lines. It makes it easier for us. So I'm standing here with my feet in the ground, and if you're doing this, close your eyes. It's very antisocial if I do. And just imagine that, look at these, I've got a beautiful tree behind me, look at that thing there. Okay, I hope you saw that. There it is, there we are. Imagine the roots of a tree going down into the ground through your feet, just burrowing down. Your feet have got roots and they're just burrowing down into the ground. And imagine them going as far as the Roxham lava, and what happens is that you get some light from Mother Earth, and bring the light up, and bring the light rushing up through the roots, through your feet, and scanning through your body. And where you see a little black bit, or a little shadowy bit, or a little bit that just feels uneasy, flood that part with light, and flood it with positivity and light, all the while just breathing calmly, feeling relaxed, as I am, even though my arm's sore because I'm holding up my camera for you. But I'm standing here with my feet on the ground, rather grateful that I'm not inside in an office. I arrived in a number 87 bus today. It was mayhem. It was hot, it was sweaty. So I'm making the most of my £1.80 whilst I'm sitting in St James's Park. But wherever you are, if you are feeling anxious, if you've got a hot mess in your head, I want you to stand or sit or whatever. Plant both feet firmly on the ground. Bonus if you can take your shoes and socks off and you can shove them in the sand or in the grass or whatever, okay? And just breathe. And imagine your feet pushing roots into the ground and connecting with that energy of Mother Earth. Connecting with that energy and bringing light up into your body. Bringing light and positivity and calm into your body. And just feel it relaxing and flooding your body, and flooding, maybe if your head's a hot mess, just calm it down with that bright natural light and breathe into it and feel relaxed. I'm going to sit down before someone nicks my deck chair. But you'll start to realise that you're calming down. You'll realise that I just feel so much calmer. That we need to tap into whatever we can. Grounding is a great way of getting out of your body into the earth and just connecting to something slightly different. It's detaching you from the chaos of what's going on in your head, in your body. And this is what is caused from anxiety, which is caused from the heat, which is dehydration and lack of sleep and all the other things that the beautiful sun brings us. There is the flip side to most things. So enjoy. Calm. Anything you need, give me a shout, because I'm here to answer questions. But caigraham.com/grounding is a great way. It's a handout that you'll be able to get, and I've got a pigeon who's coming to find out if I've got anything to offer. It's a great way of it's a download that you can keep on your phone, or or maybe print it off and give it to the kids or email it to the kids or whatever. Because it's just a great reminder. It's an easy way to calm yourself down, calm the chaos and the hot mess in your head, because when the temperatures, and us little sort of, anyone that lives in the UK is not used to this temperature, our body's not used to it, and so we need to work out how to deal with it best. Yes, go and sit in an air-conditioned room if you can, but for many, an air-conditioned room means the office, and that's fairly crummy in this sort of heat. So do the very best that you can. But give me a shout, and if there's anything you need, I'll answer. But I think this exercises also on my app, so under Tools That Help, so you can get that free download, caigraham.com/app. So much love. I'm going to stay here until I've got a meeting at 4. But I'm going to enjoy the sunshine, because it'll last a while, but not long enough. So much love, and I shall speak to you all soon. Thank you so much.